What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Trent the Truth Show. I'm your host, Trent the Truth. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're listening from, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to our podcast on Spotify and YouTube. It's the Trent the Truth Show. And while you're doing that, make sure you give us some love on social media. Trent the Truth on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you search. Real quick, today's episode is brought to you by Tzatziki Greek Food. Tzatziki Greek Food, we specialize in all of the Greek specialties. Gyros with lamb, kebabs, falafel. We also have veggie bowls, veggie pitas, and more. Open 7 days a week. Sunday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Located in Hammond, 7231 Indianapolis Boulevard. Again, 7231 Indianapolis Boulevard. Give us a call. Place your order. 219-803-0273. And you can also place an order with us on Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. Tzatziki Greek Food, come try us. And just like I tell you guys, man, for real, if you want to be a guest, you want to sponsor an episode, you got any questions, you got any comments, or anything you want me to address, make sure you email me at TrentTheTruthShow@gmail.com. Again, that's TrentTheTruthShow@gmail.com. And if you're feeling good and you want to donate to the cause, our Cash App is TrentTheTruth88. Again, that's TrentTheTruth88. Make sure you put the $ on the front. And for the people out there in TV land, we do have our QR code up on the screen available for you. Just to pull your phone out and make your donation. It's a little bit easier for you. And we've been getting donations, and I'm really grateful for that. And anything that you want to do with the Trent the Truth Show, just as long as you're loving it, just as long as you're engaging, whatever you want to do. You want to be a guest, you want to come on, you got a question, you want to be a sponsor. If you want to show some love, whichever way, donate, however you want to do it, or just being a listener, just being a fan. We do love and appreciate all of your engagement with the Trent the Truth Show. Proof of that, man, the last couple of weeks we've been having some great guests. Got some great guests lined up. Everything's been going good with the show, man. I talk to my friends, real friends, not just my social media people. And I get great feedback from the show, man. I get great feedback. People tell me that they like the show. They love the show. They like the show. They like everything that I'm doing. They like the trajectory and everywhere they see where I'm trying to take it. And I'm getting great feedback, good responses, positive reinforcement. And I love it and I appreciate it. And it's all just motivation to keep going. And that's all I do. That's all I do, man. Like I said, we got a good show going for you guys. You know, we're going to do our word of the day. Got to do the shot of the day. We got some tips. We got some topics. And I got a new segment. Your Black History Moment. Maybe it's something you didn't know. I try to make sure I find some creative things to make sure I present and give to my people. So I just threw a new segment in there today. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. Pretty sure you're going to love it. And that's just the way everything's been going. Having a good, smooth week. Like I say, man, just trying to make sure I stay busy with everything, staying positive. I'm coaching football and dealing with these kids, man, it's a challenge. They make you love them. They come from all walks of life, you know, dealing with all the different things that they deal with in their homes, their families, their schools, just getting a chance to meet little people and coach them. I coach on my level, it's called the super lightweights. So they 6 through 8. So I'm getting them early. I got the babies. A lot of practice is teaching them how to tie their shoes and teaching them left from right. But it's all fun. Like I always say, you know, at that level, you don't really look for wins. Of course, they're gonna come, but it's more about the development. It's more about making sure the child is having fun out there, making sure that they're growing, and they do that, and I get fulfillment from that, and that's where you really get your wins, not necessarily by having more points than another team, because we're in a tough league. We're in a tough league. I do feel like the wins are on the way in regards to points, but we get those wins when we take a child that never played football before, never knew what their position was, never knew anything about football. We take them, coach them up, teach them their position, teach them about the game of football, introduce them to different ways that they can continue to learn and grow. And then we see them at the end of that season, and we just can gauge that growth. And that's how we know we can get our win. So shout outs to the Vipers, NWI Vipers. Got a game this weekend. Wish us luck. Hopefully, this is one of those games where we end up with more points than the other team. But if not, just as long as they give me that effort 100%, that's all I ask for. They kids. So, you can't really push them too hard, but you challenge them. And when I do, I get those results. So I love my dogs. I love my dogs. They come ready to play for me every day. And like I say, man, just coaching the youth, it makes you just gravitate towards them. It makes you love them. And I do that, and I get that fulfillment. And it gives me just everything I need to get. So grateful for that opportunity. And I'm just good. Like, even when I get a chance to do that, whatever I get a chance to do, just waking up, man, that's the blessing right there. So one of my partners used to say, every day I get a chance just to struggle. and when you think about it, that's all your ass get. That's all your ass get, because we practicing each and every day. A chance to struggle. And shit, at the very minimum, if you get that, then you know you're having a good day, and you can make it a good day. And it's your business to make it a good day. And I do that, and I get that from the things that I'm involved in. Just making sure I keep my circle clean. Keep my circle clean. Filter everything I'm doing. Like, I talk to a lot of people, and they always talk about like how they take social media breaks and stuff like that. And they say it'd be too much bullshit on their timelines, and there'd be too much junk going on in their lives and whatnot, so they need to take a break from social media. And I get that. But see, what I do, I filter motherfuckers. I get rid of them. You too negative, you gotta go. Too crazy, too something that I can't get with, you gotta go. Because I'm in control of what I get to see. And like I said, that algorithm is a drug, and that algorithm is something else. It's gonna give you everything you're looking for. So if you're gravitating towards that bullshit, you're gonna get it. You're gonna find it. So I don't go looking for that nonsense. I keep my circle clean. So with everything that I'm doing, just taking it one day at a time, and I'm moving and grooving, and we keeping the show going. I always want to make sure that we keep our vocabulary strong, which is why we use this word of the day. With this word of the day app, like I say, I've been going strong with it, and I try to incorporate the words that I use each and every day in my vocabulary to make sure I can get a good understanding of it. So today's word of the day is gonna be rigmarole. Let's get the pronunciation.
Rigmarole.
Rigmarole is a noun. It is spelled R-I-G-M-A-R-O-L-E. Again, rigmarole, R-I-G-M-A-R-O-L-E. And like I say, it's a noun. And what it means is a complicated procedure or story, often seen as unnecessary or confusing. A complicated procedural story, often seen as unnecessary or confusing. And I always heard this word before, but I heard it pronounced different ways. Black people, we gonna screw up these different words. I always heard it pronounced as rigmarole. But rigmarole is the correct way to say that word. And just to make sure I got the understanding, like I said, I use it. I try to use these words in the sentence. That nigga was talking that shit to me. I couldn't understand it, nor did I give a fuck. And I just cut him off and told him, look, bro, I ain't with the rigmarole. Had that bread, we gonna have a problem. Rigmarole. That's gonna be our word of the day. And like I say, man, whatever you doing to stay in that mental gym, if you're using the word of the day app, make sure you do that. Crossword puzzles, watching TV with the closed captions on, any type of learning thing that you're doing, reading books, audio books, whatever you're doing, however you can keep yourself smart, going to school, staying in school, just making sure you're doing your part in life. As long as you know you can do that, you're going to continue to grow. Watching trivial shows and trivial games and shit like that, like Jeopardy, watching Jeopardy instead of Family Feud, or, you know what I'm saying? Just challenging yourself however you can. I feel like as long as you do those things, you always going to come out on top. So I try to make sure I give myself every chance. And with the word of the day app and many other things that I use and when I practice, I do that. And we moving right along with the show. If you don't notice, I got a flow going already and I got my cup already poured because I'd already been having my shot. You know what I'm saying? And we all together, we going to have our shot today. We're going to do our shot of the day. So what I've been having today is really something crazy. Another client bought me some crazy shit. This is our shot of the day is going to be this Screwball peanut butter whiskey. Yeah, this is crazy. Screwball peanut butter whiskey. It tastes pretty good though. I gotta lie. I mean, I can't lie. I can't lie. It's a little sweet, but you get them peanut butter vibes, and then you tend to appreciate the taste. Just gathering some quick facts about Screwball. It was founded in 2018 in San Diego, California, by a husband and wife duo, Stephen and Brittany Yang. Stephen is a Cambodian refugee, but he's a restaurant owner, and Brittany is a chemist. The idea came from Stephen having his bar in Ocean Beach, where his signature peanut butter whiskey shot was a local hit, so he made it a thing. It quickly became a national phenomenon, standing out as one of the first widely distributed flavored whiskeys to really go viral. Screwball is actually priced at a fair amount. You can get a nice $7.50 or a fifth. You can get a bottle of Screwball anywhere between $25 and $35. I actually don't know what this costs, but what the person that paid for this, but somebody bought me this. But anyway, it says anywhere between $25 and $35, which is a great price, especially for a whiskey. And you can make different drinks with the Screwball. You got the PB&J shot. Pour your little Screwball with some raspberry liquor or grape juice. You got the peanut butter old fashioned. Pour your little Screwball with some bitters and some orange peels. You can make a Screwball white Russian. Pour you some Screwball with some coffee liquor and cream. Screwball espresso martini. Pour your little Screwball with some espresso and some coffee liquor. And then you got the PB mudslide. Pour your little Screwball, Irish cream, coffee liquor, and chocolate drizzle. You can make all of these extra sweet ass drinks with this extra sweet ass peanut butter whiskey. I just put my shit on ice to dilute this sweetness, and it helps. But even with good whiskeys like this Screwball, you can pair some nice cigars with it. There is a Rocky Patel Vintage 1999 Connecticut. You can use an Arturo Fuente Hemingway Short Story. These are some crazy names for cigars. You can also have the Olive Serive Melanio. I don't know if I even said that right, but that's also another cigar that you can have with that. And you can also have the Drew Estate Tabaka Special. All of those pair well, good with the screwball. But just like I always tell you, you can have your screwball neat on the rocks, however the hell you choose. But in my community, we just crack that motherfucker open and pour a cup. And that's what we've been doing. I got my cup going. I don't know what you having, but go on and pour you a shot. Don't know where you at, don't know what you're doing, but it is 5 o'clock somewhere. Screwball is gonna be our shot of the day. Raise your glasses, and they all said, cheers. Yeah, no, that was pretty smooth. Screwball gonna be our shot of the day. Yeah, you need heavy ice with this if you're not interested in super sweet ass drinks, because this is one of them. So you let that ice sit in that motherfucker, it'll come out pretty better. It'll come out pretty good. But if you haven't tried it, get you that screwball. Screwball. It's pretty nice though. Pour me a little bit more. What is this? 35 proof, 35% alcohol, so it's 70 proof. So it's not so bad. Give me a little bit more of it. Moving right along with the show, I can't hold y'all up. You got to get back to your nonsense shows and ratchetivities and shit like that. So while I got your ear, I'm going to hold on to it real quick, and I'm going to have you along. This is just some mass. You already know, moving along with the show. I was always told I was wise, like, what I'm saying, for real. Even as a young man, as a child in my youth, I was always told I was wise. People told me I took after my grandfather. I always acted that way, and I always said and did things of somebody older. I was always told shit like, you've been here before. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I didn't know what it meant then, but, I got a good idea of what it means now. But I feel like a good reason why I hear those things, and just what helps me with my life is the reason that I have these tips to give y'all, is because I received them coming up in my life, or I've been able to help people, or people have been able to help me in my adult life. Either way, all of these things help us inspire Trent's tips. And what we got with our tips today, keeping the show right along, keeping the show moving. Tip number 1, pretty much, man, if you hold a grudge, you're going to hold up your life. Hold a grudge, hold up your life. It's really simple like that when you think about it, because the shit is like, it's like holding a grudge is like drinking poison. God damn it. It's like drinking poison, waiting on the other person to die. Waiting on the person that you got a grudge. Waiting for the person that you got the grudge against to die. For what? Because grudges don't hurt the other person that you're angry at. That shit hurts you. That's what you don't understand. They don't even know that you got a problem with them. You got a grudge with them, and they don't even fucking know it. They living their life. They moved on. They moving forward, not even thinking about you. Because the only person suffering is you. Don't hold on to no grudges. Because when you hold on to that shit, it's extra weight. Now you carrying around extra baggage. You carrying around extra baggage. I heard somebody tell somebody one time, having that attitude, holding on to those grudges is a punishment you give yourself to somebody else's foolish behavior. Think about that. You putting yourself in some sort of punishment because of somebody else being stupid. Don't hold on to that shit. You block your own growth. You block your own opportunities. You block your own peace. You can put that energy somewhere else. Repurpose that shit. Because now you got it trapped. And now you're replaying that same hurt over and over in your life. What we need to understand in times like this, where we think grudges is necessary, don't think that just because you forgive a motherfucker, you gotta forget about it. Just because you forgive a motherfucker don't mean that, they're really absolved of what happened. You forgiving them for you. You're not forgiving them for them. You forgiving them for you. That's what you got to understand. Because it helps you release that weight. It helps you get rid of that power that's over you. It's not over you no longer. It's not over you no longer. It helps you get rid of that. So if it's something to take away, you understand that, look, the grudge is a crutch. The grudge is a crutch. And don't let it rob you of your future. Release that shit. Like I say, it's not for them. That shit is for you. You hold a grudge, you gonna hold up your own life. Everybody else life moving on. The person that you got the problem with, they don't even care. They don't even care that they fucked up with you. They know they did. They know exactly what they did. They moving on. They moved on the second that it happened. And here you are stuck. No, fuck that. Forgive their ass for you. Move on for you. And then X them out your life. Deal with them however you going to deal with them. But don't hold on to that grudge, because that's a weight you going to have to deal with unnecessarily. Fuck them niggas. That's it. Go back and get your peace. Allow yourself that, because it only happens when you free yourself. Free yourself. Don't hold that grudge. Don't hold that grudge. For real. You sitting up here mad at a motherfucker about some shit that happened a long time ago. They don't even care. Don't even hold on to it. Don't even hold on to it. And see, this tip right here, I understood when he said this. I was watching Equalizer. Denzel told the motherfucker, he said, man, when you pray for the rain, you got to deal with the mud too. When you pray for the rain, you got to deal with the mud too. Pretty much what that means to me is it's simple. Every blessing, every opportunity, every answered prayer, that should come with some sort of responsibility. You can't ask for rain to grow your garden without expecting the mud to show up, because it's like a combo. It's like a combo. The mud is the mess, the challenge, the inconvenience. That shit comes with the very thing you prayed for. We only want to see the good side of what we ask for, not knowing that there's a flip side. We want the success, but we don't want the long nights and the setbacks. We want love, but we don't want the vulnerability or the hard conversation. We want money, but we don't want the discipline it takes to manage it. See, what the truth is, you can't separate the two. Like I say, it's a combo. They go together. You want shit, this fries and drink, that shit come with it. All that shit come with it. Rain can't fall without mud being created. Always remember that. Always remember that. And see, what you have to know is, and you got to understand why the mud is so important. The mud is important is because that's where your growth happens. That's where all the growth happens. For real. The mud forces you to slow down. Now you got to watch your step. It makes you build strength and patience. Without the mud, you wouldn't have the harvest. You wouldn't be able to value the harvest. You wouldn't learn balance. That mud keep you balanced. Like I say, it's a combo. You can't pray for rain without the mud, because it's coming with you. It's coming with it. So shit, you got to understand what you manifest. Understand what you asking for. You asking for something big. You asking for something real big right now. Remember, that mud is part of that package. It's a flip side to that coin, family. So don't resent that shit. You got to embrace it. Embrace it. For real, that mud let you know you got motion going on. That mud let you know something happening in your life, for real. So when you pray for that rain, you know, shit, because you in this mud, that there was some rain. Think about it that way. Like I said, it all go back to how you perceive things, your level of perception. But when you pray for rain, you got to deal with that mud too. It's a combo. You're not getting one without the other. This shit come with ups and downs. That's what it's about. You got to be ready for it. Embrace yourself. Embrace yourself, family. You know what they tell you in them movies? Them Compton movies in the 90s? Brace yourself, boy. Yeah. Yeah. When that rain come that you asked for, you know what's coming on the back end, so be ready, family. For real. Shit, and this next one, I stole this from my grandma. And I don't think she created it, but shit, I always heard it from her. She used to always tell us, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. You know how simple and wild that is, but it's effective. That shit's so effective now because in this world, shit, with social media and everything that's going on, everybody got a platform, everybody got podcasts, and everybody want to feel like they can say whatever the fuck they want to say. This tip is more prevalent than ever right now. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, shut your motherfucking ass up. Don't say nothing. Cause see, like I say, we think we can say whatever we want without no consequences. But your words matter. Words have power. You can get your ass canceled, you get your ass beat up, or you can get your ass something else, unalived. You know, we know what's been happening in the news. We got to get rid of the idea that you can just speak your mind without impact. That shit is a lie. That shit is a lie. We see what happens to people. Like I said, they get canceled. They get shadow banned. All of that shit is real. Because it's a thin line. It's a real thin ass line between being honest and being an asshole. That's what we need to know. That's what we need to better understand. It's a thin line between that shit, fam. Speaking your mind is about expressing yourself with truth and respect. But being an asshole is just using that truth like a weapon. Using it as an excuse to tell somebody now. No, and we have behind that whole "I'm just keeping it real" phrase. No, the fuck you not. You being an asshole. You being careless. And something can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we know what's been going on in the news. You know, you want to get out here and you want to use your platform and you want to spread all this little nonsense and bullshit and this hate rhetoric. Okay. Somebody might have a response to that. You see what I'm saying? You got to be ready for that. You got to be ready for that. It's the importance in goddamn watching how you talk to people is this. Once the shit leave your mouth, you can't take it back. Once you send that text, once you send that post, that tweet, whatever it is, yeah, you might can delete it, but that shit ain't deleted. People saw it. And shit, you give a motherfucker enough time, they can screenshot it, send it around, however they gonna do it, but they saw it. You can't take it back. You can't take them words back. That shit cut deeper than you think. You know, they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words have never hurt. No, words hurt the worst. Words hurt the worst. I done forgot the ass whoopings I done had. But a lot of times the shit that I won't forget was the verbal abuse. You never forget verbal abuse. But that shit constantly plays back in your head. I can't count every ass whooping I done got. But some of the most terrible things that have been said to me, I ain't forgot. So for real, words hurt. There's power of life and death in the tongues. Watch what the fuck you be saying to people. And see, you know, using your words the right way can uplift motherfuckers. It can heal people. It can inspire. Using them the wrong way, motherfuckers never recover. I remember I was watching Muggsy Bogues. He was telling a story. I know y'all remember Muggsy Bogues, a little basketball player. He was about 5'2", 5'3" in the NBA. Made it in the NBA in the early 90s and shit. Played for the Charlotte Hornets, doing his thing, you know. He was nice. Muggsy Bogues. But he told a story about one time how he just faded out in the NBA. He was playing the Bulls and Michael Jordan. You know, he was sticking them, you know what I'm saying? And he was just dribbling and shit, doing his thing, dribbling. And And Michael Jordan yelled out to him, "Shoot the ball, you fucking midget." And these is his words. This is the story he telling. And he said that shit fucked him up so bad. He shot the ball, missed that. But that shit fucked him up so bad, he never even recovered. He never recovered from that shit. Fucked him up so bad, and I believe like within the next year or two, he was out of the NBA. You can probably go find that. If you know, YouTube a motherfucker. Type in Muggsy Bogues, Michael Jordan calling him a midget. Michael Jordan calling Muggsy Bogues a midget. You can type that shit in, and goddamn it, I know you're gonna see it. You're gonna find it. But that shit fucked him up. Like I say, them words matter. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, shut your motherfucking ass up. And I know in the spirit of competition, and you gonna say anything. Mike probably didn't even know what he was gonna say to him was gonna fuck him up like that. I'm talking about did a job, Joe. But you shit. So the lesson is our words is powerful. Use that shit wisely. You ain't got nothing nice to say. If it ain't constructive to add, silence is a little bit better. Just go on and stay quiet. Silence ain't never destroyed nobody. But like I say, people remember that verbal abuse. Don't ever do that. Reckless words, that should destroy relationships, opportunities, lives, all of that. Don't fall victim to that bullshit. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And stop thinking that just because it's 2025, or stop thinking that just because it's social media, you get to hop on that motherfucker and say whatever the fuck you want to say. No, cuz. There's going to be some consequences if you say the wrong thing. Ask a couple people. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't going to really, But hey, shit, we know what's been going on in these news. Like I say, you want to go on campaigns, and you want to go around in colleges and anywhere you want to go saying what you want to say, and you want to allow these motherfuckers to call it difference of opinion. No, that ain't no goddamn difference of opinion. You spreading hate. And somebody gonna get up with you. However they get up with you. We can't determine how a motherfucker gonna get up with you if you go overboard with them the wrong way. But just understand, these things happen. You ain't got nothing nice to say? Zip it. Flat the fuck out. Moving right along. Like I say, I got a new segment I want to toss in. This is your Black History Moment. This was some information I saw, and I think you should know. Have you ever had vanilla ice cream and wonder who made it possible? Not who sold it, not who bottled the extract, but who figured out how to grow vanilla outside of Mexico, because that's where the native pollinating bees exist. They don't exist, I'm sorry. This person was a 12-year-old enslaved black boy. Let me tell you about this. The year was 1841. The place, Reunion Island, a French colony in the Indian Ocean. His name, Edmund Albius. French colonists had imported vanilla implants from Mexico, but couldn't figure out how to make them bear fruit. Vanilla orchids bloom for only a few hours, and in Mexico, it's a special bee that naturally pollinates them. On Reunion, no bee, no pollination, no vanilla. Botanists tried, plantation owners tried, and they all failed until Edmund stepped in. At just 12 years old, with no formal education and no freedom, Edmund discovered a method using a thin stick in his thumb. He gently lifted the orchid's flap, pressed its reproductive parts together, and pollinated the flower by hand. It was brilliant, fast, and it worked. Suddenly, vanilla could grow on Reunion Island, on Madagascar, across the tropics. And to this day, most of the vanilla we use around the world is pollinated using Edmund's method. Yet, while vanilla became a billion-dollar industry, Edmund Albius never saw fame or fortune. No statues, no reward. He died in poverty, his genius largely ignored. But every time you taste vanilla in ice cream, cake, perfume, your morning latte, you taste the legacy of a young black boy who changed agriculture forever with a flick of his thumb and the courage to try. They might not have written his name in every textbook, but we can speak it now. Edmund Albies. This is your Black History Moment. I certainly did not know that. And when I saw that, I needed to make sure I recognize that and make sure I tell you guys. Edmund Albies. If you didn't know who that is, look him up, find out his story, and go get you some vanilla ice cream just off the strength. Good job, Ed. Thank you. Yes, sir. That's your Black History Moment. In every episode, you can look forward to that now. A Black History Moment. Something you didn't know. And if you did know, because, you know, a lot of us are informed about our people. A lot of us know our history. So if you did know, just shut your ass up and let the people that don't know find out. Moving right along. You know I gotta keep some topics. With these topics, we try to make sure we stay informed. We try to make sure we keep our current events up. We try to make sure we stay on the up and up so we know what's going on in the world. Something that I saw. I gotta tell you guys. Imagine this. An 11-year-old boy in Michigan sees a classmate with a gun at school. Instead of panicking, instead of running away, he acts. He takes the gun, disarms it, removes the bullets, and prevents what could be a school shooting or some sort of tragedy. A lot of us will call that bravery. Most of us will call him a hero. With the school system in Michigan, they call it possession, and they expelled him for a year. What in the entire fuck? This happened earlier this year at Dwight Rich School of the Arts in Lansing, Michigan. The boy, just 11 years old, used what he learned from hunting with his family to safely disassemble the weapon and toss away the ammunition. His mother says he acted out of instinct and fear, not for himself, but for everyone in that classroom. Makes sense, right? Come on now, what the fuck is he doing getting expelled? But this is where the problem happens at. This is where the twist happens. This is where it get a little stupid. Michigan law has a zero tolerance rule. If a student is found in possession of a weapon on school property, the school must expel them. No ifs, ands, or buts. And because he handled the gun, even though he was the one who took it, took the gun, took the bullets out, took the clip, all that shit. He was the one. He was the one that did that. He was the one. Even though he was the one who prevented a possible crime, the school board still elected to suspend him for an entire year. This is a little stupid to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Because they ain't even really have to expel the boy, even not for no motherfucking year. He's a hero. He's a hero. Like, the shit don't sit right. The man, 11 years old, in danger, saw danger. Now, first of all, shout outs to the parent for teaching the kid about guns. And see, that's what I do. I don't hide gun information and gun knowledge. I don't hide the guns from the kids. I teach them about it. I teach them about the guns. And that kills the curiosity. So his parents teaching him how to handle and disassemble guns, he saw it, and instead of being afraid, he stepped up. He stepped up. And he saved lives. He didn't wave the fucking gun around. He didn't even tell no damn body. Like, for real. He kept it quiet. He kept it quiet. neutralize the shit. And that's real ass motherfucking courage. But he got to pay the price, and now he damn suspended. I don't know why he's not being celebrated or recognized. That's my main question. Because what the fuck message is y'all trying to send right now? You see what I'm saying? Like what's more important, rules or real human judgment? Because see, the motherfuckers who enforcing the rules, the motherfuckers at the board who helped decide to suspend him, you could have been a part of a motherfucking massacre. You could have been a part of a massacre. You don't know who that gun was for. It could have been for one of them teachers, one of them principals. It could have been for one of them students. Anybody. And because he saved lives, y'all still want to just go by the book, what the code say, section 3 dash whatever. Man, fuck all of that. Fuck that. For real. You want to talk about rules? No. They tell me if you touch the gun, you get the same punishment as the kid who brought it. No, that's not fair. That ain't fair at all. But what about the whys? You talking about that's the letter of the law? Fuck the law. You got to be able to I'm talking about the school law. You got to be able to use good judgment in situations like that. Because like I said, you send a badass message. If you step in, then you'll be punished too. Like, no. If you help out, you're going to be punished too. You with the same punishment as the motherfucker, as the perpetrator. Nope. That's going to cause more silence. That's going to encourage fear. Like, come on now. You're supposed to be encouraging courage, but instead of that, you teaching fear. No. And they say the boy is at home struggling because now he got to go to online school because no other schools is going to let him enroll for a year. And then when you look at him in school, honor roll student, goddamn athlete. Come on, man. That's a great way to thank the guy. You know, they keeping his name blocked. But this is fucked up. That's a great way to thank the guy. For real. Yeah, you did a good thing. You prevented a mass murder at the school. But we're going to suspend your ass anyway because our rule book say you ain't supposed to touch guns. Fuck out of here. Man, if I was that boy's parents, I'd sue the motherfucking school because how come y'all ain't got no damn metal detectors? What's going on with that? How come ain't no metal detectors up there? Little kids can come to school with guns and shit. How come ain't no metal detectors up there? No, fuck that. Send everybody to jail. Suspend every goddamn body then. Fire some motherfucking people. Somebody gotta lose their job. That little boy shouldn't be the only motherfucker got to pay for this. Hell no. I can't go with that one. Hell no. And then the shit get even more and more fucked up. I'm looking around here again and I see, like, oh my God. Looking around here again, I see legislation is being filed in the U.S. House to place Charlie Kirk on 400,000 silver dollar coins in 2026. These coins would have "Well done, good and faithful servant" on one side and Charlie's face on the other side. They would be considered legal tender and have his full name, Charles James Kirk, on the coin. Man, this shit get stupider and stupider. Dumb as fuck. Like, okay, cool. You know, everybody got their own opinion on Charlie Kirk. Who was Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk was the founder of Turning Point USA, going around college campuses and other places, spreading bullshit rhetoric, hate, and many other untruths about a lot of different other races, about a lot of different other people who contributed a lot to society. He dissed Dr. King. He dissed George Floyd. He dissed Michelle Obama. He dissed Ketanji Brown, Jackson. Dissed a lot of people, a lot of different, ethnicities, not even just blacks. I don't know. He had his own opinions and his own thoughts and his own ways and his own views, which is what he felt he was entitled to. But I just addressed that. He felt he was entitled to that. Somebody had another difference of opinion, and they unalived him. He was assassinated earlier this month while speaking at a Utah Valley University. Shot in the neck. Got some neck respect at a live event. The suspect, Tyler James Robinson, has been charged with aggravated murder, obstruction of justice, and prosecutors are pursuing the death penalty. His unaliving shook the political world. And now all of a sudden, they want to make him a martyr who gave his life. This is what the fuck they saying. He gave his life in the middle of America's culture battles. Okay. You can spin this however you want to spin it, fam. People got their own opinion on Charlie. But see, it's not even about just Charlie, but what the fuck. See, the main thing is the whole reason they want to do this is because they want to honor a legacy. I don't even know what legacy this young man had. I didn't know. I still don't know. I find out more and more every day. But the shit I find out, I'm not even sure if it was a legacy. You see what I'm saying? So the reason they want to do this is because, like I said, they want to honor him. They see him as a man who stood for faith, freedom, and conservative values, and paying tribute on U.S. currency makes that legacy permanent. Oh, wow. That sounds nice. Sounds like many black leaders of the past. Sounds like Dr. King. Sounds like Malcolm X. Sounds like Medgar Evers. Sounds like Fred Hampton. All of them should be on some money. And I remember when y'all was talking about putting some people on some money. What happened to Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill? Fuck happened with that? That's just been in the works for at least a good 10, 15 years. Maybe longer. We ain't seen it yet. But in 2026, y'all gonna try to mint 400,000 silver dollar coins. For the fuck what? Nope. I don't see why. Now you got shit all fucked up because now people want to know who is really getting honored in America. Who the fuck is really the ones getting honored? Harriet Tubman represents centuries of struggle, sacrifice, and we still waiting on her shit. Charlie Kirk, he spent a couple months going around saying the shit he's saying. He get his ass smoked for that shit. And now y'all feel like he's somebody to honor? I don't think so. And that's just my opinion. I don't feel like I'm entitled to that. But I don't think goddamn so. I don't think so. But like I said, you send the wrong message. You send the wrong message to Americans. Some people like him, some people don't. I feel like more people don't like him. A lot of his own people are speaking out against him. And the shit's so big, the shit's so wide range. You got so many people. You got worldwide, global motherfuckers that's not even a part of the U.S. coming out speaking about it, trying to absolve themselves, saying that they didn't have nothing to do with it. This shit is really gonna get deep. In a couple of days, couple months, couple years, we're gonna really find out some real truths about this. But at the same time, this fella, I don't think he was somebody to quickly honor. You know, we gotta keep doing some research, keep doing some homework, and find out if this is even a motherfucker to keep talking about. You know, in my opinion, I don't think so. But at the same time, they want to put this motherfucker on your money. But where's Harry at? Where that shit at though? You know, the proposal is about some sort of cultural symbolism. That's what they're trying to do. That shit deeper than money. That's what they want to do. Like I said, he ain't no motherfucking hero. He don't deserve no honor. But some people think he do. Some people think he do. Not at all. No, that's tough. I can't agree. I can't agree. Now, I can't agree. I ain't saying what happened to him should have happened. But because something happened to him like that, he didn't give his life. He did not give his life. For real. And two, ain't nobody to be honored. You know, not globally. You can do something smaller for him. You can give his family a flag or, you know, shit like that. But it don't gotta be on my money. Moving on. I got emailed a question. This is crazy. Somebody asked, why do people hate? Why do people hate? When you think about it, it's a good question. If you ever notice how when you start to level up in life, the haters start coming out of nowhere? It's almost like success has a magnet attached to it. And the more you grow, the more people seem to have something to say. But here's the thing though, it ain't even really about what they gotta say, because a lot of that hate ain't got nothing to do with you. It's really about what your growth represents to them, what it's showing them, how they feeling about it. When you start moving different, it shines a light on what other motherfuckers are not doing. They get exposed. Once you start moving, you get active in your life, you get goal driven, you start working and implementing your plan, that light get hot. And then it's on them. Because you moving and they not moving. Your discipline, your consistency, your risks, all this shit gets shown to them in the mirror. And they don't like that. People don't like looking in the mirror. So it's easier to hate on you than to look in the mirror and see what they not doing. Instead of saying, hey man, bro, that shit motivate me. Teach me what you're doing. Let me know what you got going on. I want to help. I want to be a part of it. They want to say shit like, who the fuck you think you are? Who you think he is? Who he think he is? That's what they want to say. That's what they want to say. No. Like I said, your success remind them of the chances they didn't take. I'm showing you the work you didn't put in. I'm showing you the work you didn't put in. The excuses. I'm showing you the excuses that you still making. I'm showing you your habits that you never broke. You all talk. What they say, small minds discuss people. You still discussing people with your small-minded ass. That's why you hate. And let's be real. Everybody not comfortable with watching everybody close to them outgrow them. Understanding that we all had the same 24 hours. And because I did something different with mine, you want to hate on me. No. breaking cycles. You out here breaking cycles. And when you do that, you out here building something out of nothing. Building some shit from scratch. You stepping into spaces they never even saw possible for themselves, which is why they didn't move. I mean, you out here doing it. You doing what they should have did. You doing what they wish they could have done. And you out here moving. You forced them to realize that their comfort was a choice. They stayed stagnant because they wanted to. They were scared, so they stayed there. And just because they see you moving, that's all it's showing them. And motherfuckers don't like facing that truth. They don't like facing that. They don't like looking in the mirror, seeing what they didn't do, seeing the work they didn't put in. They hate that shit. Everybody ain't courageous. See what I'm saying? Leveling up takes guts. That should take real ass guts just to make that decision that I'm just gonna be different. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna get some different results. That shit takes guts because you're risking embarrassment. You're risking failure, falling flat on your motherfucking face in front of people. You gotta be willing to do that. You gotta be willing to motherfucking do that. Fall on your face. Fall on your motherfucking fall flat on your motherfucking face. So that's that peanut butter whiskey got me tripping up on words and shit. Told you go get you some if you ain't ever had none. But that's how motherfuckers be hating. You taking all the risks they wish they could have. They just sit in the background. They in the background criticizing from the sideline. They on the outside looking in because that's all that shit is easy to do. Because when you make a mistake, the mistake you not afraid to make, they looking from the outside. They see you make the mistake. Oh yeah, his ass fell. Something happened to him. He had a setback. Ha ha ha. Look at him. They waiting on that. It's easier than doing that. It's easier to do that than walking on the field, putting the motherfucking real play in. Getting out here getting some real results. It's easy just to look and laugh at a motherfucker. That's why people hate. That's why people hate. You want to know? Shit, that's the shit. So when you catch hate, don't let that shit throw you off. Don't let that shit piss you off. Take it as confirmation. As in you have emotion. Because if you ain't doing nothing, they wouldn't be hating. If you was in the same shit boat as them, they ain't got nothing to hate on. But you ain't. You got motion. You got a life. You got ambition. You got goals. You got dreams. And you doing them. You getting up every day. You showing yourself that you are your dreams. You living your dreams. You knocking these motherfucking goals down. You checking them boxes off. You doing that shit right in front of these motherfuckers. And they hating on you. They can't stand it. They can't take it. They still scared to move. And because of that, it's easy for them just to point and laugh at you. Because you out here moving and they not. Don't let that shit throw you off. Let that shit be your confirmation that you're doing a lot of shit that a lot of motherfuckers won't. You're doing a lot of shit a lot of motherfuckers can't. At the end of the day, I want you to remember this. Remember this, fam. Hate is just noise. Hate is just noise. For real. Growth is the proof. The hate is the noise. The growth is the proof. Every level is gonna come with new lessons, new haters. What they say, new levels, new devils. Yeah, get ready for that shit. Cause that's what they gonna do. That's what they gonna do. As above, so below. Just even like I was telling you earlier. Like I said, you pray for the rain, you gotta deal with the mud. So when you move up on that success ladder, you can pray for that. More money, more problems, more haters. More motherfucking haters. And that's why they exist. So you wanna ask, why do people hate? People hate because you show them in a mirror who the fuck they are. And you moving and grooving, living your life right in front of them, and they can't take it. It's easy to hate. It's easy to point that finger and laugh and put that work in. It take real courage. It take real strength to get out here every day and make a mistake in front of the world. For real. I do it. I don't care. I'll make 1,000 mistakes. I fell 1,000 times just to make it that once. I'm going to throw shit on the air every day. See what stick. I don't care. I don't care. But see, you miss 1,000% of the shots you don't take. So don't be afraid. Let them hate on you. For real. Make your choice. And when you start to see, and when you start to deal with, and when you start to get haters, know you on the right motherfucking track. Thanks again for tuning in to the Trent the Truth Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. Follow us on social media, Trent the Truth. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want to be a guest, email me at TrentTheTruthShow@gmail.com. Again, that's TrentTheTruthShow@gmail.com. Thanks again. Tell your friends. Watch it together.